Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now here joining me back in the studio is Joe Lickey, Vice President of Superior Livestock. Joe, thank you very much for being on this morning.
Good morning, Beth.
You know, I think one of the things that, is important for us to talk about is here at Superior, we're very adaptive. We're able to adapt to the needs of both our buyers and sellers, kind of in the blink of an eye. And that's one of the things that makes us so unique. We saw that last year, time and time again in 2020. But we've got some changes coming up. We've pushed it out to the reps. We're going to be pushing it out to our buyers and sellers, this in the coming weeks. But we're going to make some changes to the right slide next year.
Sure. And like you said, we for the consigners and the buyers in the market. So we've seen some changes in the market, the strength of the market, that and the cost of gain, the cost of those things that put weight on cattle. So we're going to change the cost or the right slide from 70 to 80 cents starting December 20th.
And, so that will affect cattle that are sold there, at Bell Ringer. I think that when I was looking back at when the right slide started in 2015, I was telling you, the reason that Superior called it the right slide is because if you just do the right thing, it works out the best for everyone.
Correct, yeah, and this was Danny's idea and really, a really good idea because if you've been, out and talked to the customers about the slide, it was always, you start talking about, well, if the cattle are overweight, you do this, you multiply by that, and divide this, and their eyes glaze over, right? So this is a real simple formula. It's 80 cents a pound, and it's fair for both parties.
Yeah, no, just do the right thing, and it works out best for everybody. Joe, you've been with Superior for a long time. You've seen Superior change and adapt through the years to meet those needs to those buyers and consigners, and based on the market and what's available. What are some of those changes that stick out in your mind?
Sure. So. I think the cow herd, the cattle, really mostly because I remember, early 90s, and we look at all kinds of film on cattle. There'd be 4 or 5 different colored bulls on a set of cows, and the calf crop would be all over the place. And now, it's a more consistent product all the way to the consumer. So that's one really big thing. And then the vaccination program, introducing that in 95, and then, I think you probably know the numbers better, but about 50-50 were on some sort of preconditioning program. Now, you rarely see a set of cattle come up for auction that aren't on some sort of preconditioning program. So those two things were, good for the industry.
Yeah, and I think both of those things were responses that, once one of those things that we talk about at Superior is it's a place for buyers and sellers to meet. And, I think that both of those changes you mentioned came because buyers and sellers met, and these are what the buyers were asking for. And so because of that, the consigners stepped up and have been rewarded for it year after year, and so they continue to make those changes in their herd. Yeah. You were exactly right when we talk about the VAC program. When we started, the baseline was, unweaned, no vaccination, and now that's less than 1% of what we sell. Our baseline is that VAC 24. So, our customers have really stepped up, and not only that, now we see all the other value-added programs that they can couple with it, and are really getting rewarded for it.
Yeah. So another thing that's changed a lot is the technology. Obviously, being on the satellite, the big satellite, the small dish, and now the internet, which is helped us reach a lot of other people. I brought a little show and tell for you. So this was Clyde will appreciate this, but this used to be the format that we videoed cattle. It's 3/4 inch tape, and you could record 20 minutes of footage, out in the field, and then Clyde would edit it down to a couple of minutes, and now this is, and you can put 8 hours of footage on that one.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, that was a big change, and it just changed. Technology, changes every day. So
yes, it does.
That's one thing we got to keep up. And we got a good bunch of guys in the IT department that help us do that.
No, I think that's one of the things that makes Superior so unique is we know where we come from, and we stand firmly in that, but we also adapt and change to meet technology and be the best that we can and offer that best end product, and offer the best customer service. Joe, I know that auction day is very busy for you, so thank you very much for taking time and being on this morning. Stay tuned. After the break, we'll be joined by Superior Livestock Representative Gerald Yeager.